Hello and welcome to the Intel Brief. Today is Wednesday, 15 October. I'm your host Daniel, and today we're going to talk about the DRC and M23 have agreed on a mechanism to monitor their ceasefire. Major US news outlets have rejected the Pentagon's new press rules, and an Afghan man has been jailed to threatening to kill Reform leader Nigel Farage. So firstly, the DRC and M23 agreed on Tuesday to establish an international body to oversee the ceasefire they agreed to in July, but which has thus far failed to end the fighting. M23, which is backed by Rwanda, occupies large parts of northern Kivu and southern Kivu provinces in the Congo's mineral-rich east. In a statement on X, one of the leaders reaffirmed that its desire to achieve a cessation of hostilities and to guarantee the security of the population and to prepare for the conditions for a comprehensive and lasting peace agreement. So what? This is the first kind of real sign of peace that I've kind of seen come out of the DRC. I've been keeping an eye on it for quite some time now, and while the DRC and M23 agreed to the ceasefire, there was just no way to implement it. And also because of the kind of the makeup of M23, it was basically impossible to enforce across the entire region. So fighting just continued in small pockets around the area. But this, bringing in an international monitoring group, is a good way of keeping the peace. I don't think the DRC will be that happy, as it kind of just means they've lost that territory, and that territory is full of like diamonds and gold and stuff. So, they're not going to be too stoked about this, as I think they probably hoped they could push M23 out over time. But yeah, this could actually lead to peace, which would be, the ideal goal. And next, several US and international news organizations on Tuesday refused to sign a new rules proposed by the Pentagon for media access. At least 30 news outlets, including the New York Times, the Associated Press, Reuters, AFP, Fox News, rejected the Pentagon's new media policy, saying that it violates the constitutionally protected right to free speech. The Pentagon had warned that if it would revoke any press badges for news organizations that did not agree with the media access rules. So what? I mean, these rules seemed a bit ridiculous. I think they were like, they weren't allowed to like move around. They weren't allowed to like ask certain questions. It really did limit the freedom of the press, which, the US is all about. So I'm not surprised that so many refused to sign it. And I think it's a positive thing that they didn't sign it, as it's kind of just a slow grinding away at certain freedoms within the United States, and being able to ask military leaders certain questions is kind of critical to this point. Like, you need to be able to ask them why they're doing certain things, why they're making certain decisions, and have freedom to conduct like journalistic activity to an extent. Like, I don't think the press should be like releasing any classified information or like disrupting any form of operations, but there needs to be a nice balance here. And I don't think this is the right move. And it kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of other decisions this US administration is making that were pretty scary. So yeah, I'm not surprised that lots of people didn't want to do it, or lots of organizations, I mean. But yeah, it's pretty telling that like these news organizations are across the spectrum that have refused to sign it. Like Fox News is a traditionally like right-leaning news outlet, so it's not just like left-leaning news. And lastly, an Afghan national was jailed for 5 years on Tuesday after being found guilty of making a threat to kill Nigel Farage, the leader of the populist Reform UK party that leads opinion polls in the UK. Yez Khan was last week convicted by a jury at London's Southwark Crown Court of a single count of making a threat to kill Farage in a TikTok video posted on October 2024, as he documented his journey from Sweden to Britain. So what? Well, putting him in prison, great. Like, yeah, the guy was clearly a criminal. Like, he clearly said he was going to kill Farage. I don't know if you've seen the video, but it was pretty damning. Like, he just outright said he was going to kill Farage. No if, buts, maybes. But I think the issue here, and like the wider issue within the UK, he's been put in prison in the UK. So UK tax is now paying for his like food, his not accommodation, but like his being held in jail here. He should just be deported. Like, fucking get him gone. Like, that's not the time. He's not like a peaceful asylum seeker. He should just get deported. He just committed a crime. He'd only been here less than a year. Just get, like, this is where I think the general population and like the UK government and legal system kind of falls apart, is why are we paying to keep him here? Like, this is just ridiculous. And I think Farage is going to absolutely smash the next election because of these types of decisions. So, yeah, it's a bit shit to see, but at least he's off the streets because he seemed like a cunt. But anyway, that's been your Intel Brief. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you again tomorrow. See you.